Hello, yes, I am here again for my third cycling vlog. So I am going to do the Salterns way, not all of it, just part of it, with Mrs. Clark. Yes, she doesn't want to be on video, but we're both going to be doing the Salterns way. We're going to go down to Burden Pool, Itchener, across on the ferry to Bosham and back to Fishbourne. So currently I am parked on Fishbourne Road, which is by Bishop Luffer School, and we're going to join the Salterns way just off Appledram Lane. So, and we're going to be doing some stops on the way. This is my old stomping ground, so I know a little bit of the history of the Appledram and Chichester Harbour. Anyway, see you in a bit. So here we are at Appledram Lane South, and there's the sign, Appledram Lane South, and this is where you pick up the first part of Saltrens way. A little bit of useless information. That part of the road there on the A259 going up to the roundabout that takes you onto the A27 used to be a house, and that house I lived in as a child. Anyway, I'm going to move on now with Mrs. Clark, who's behind me, who doesn't want to be on camera. But she says hello. Hi, she says. She's waving, thinking she is on camera, but she's not on camera. So we're now going to head down Appledram Lane. So we have been cycling for about 5 minutes from the start by Bishop Luffer. We had to cross the A259 into Appledram Lane South. So cycle along and you find this sign. It's to the Appledram Centre with adults with SEND needs that work here. I highly recommend that you stop in here for a drink and supporting a fantastic charity. So there you are, the Appledram Centre is halfway down Appledram Lane South if you're going by road, or you can pick up through the gate here on the Salterns way. Okay, let's move on. I just want to tell you a little bit of history about this house here. It's called Ryman's, and my mum had a riding school within these grounds of Ryman's, and I was very fortunate to grow up there as a child. So I had the copse, the little woods on the land, I had all the land, also had the whole of Chichester Harbour as a playground. I was very lucky as a child. My mum was there for 50 years. She moved out of Ryman's in the early 90s and bought a bit of land just next to St Mary's Church. Now, we're not going down that way because that means going to the main road, but I do highly recommend that you do a stop off at St Mary's Church. It's a very old church where I was also christened. And anyway, let's just go back to Ryman's house here. You can see part of the tower there. Believe it or not, the stones from this house is actually made from the same stones as the bell tower for the cathedral, the separate tower to the cathedral. And the man called Lord Ryman, who owned the whole of Appledram pretty much, if I swing around here, he owned all this land. And if you go up to St Mary's Church and walk up to Chichester Harbour, you will see a moat. Now that moat was personally built to float the stones that were shipped from France across to the UK to build the bell tower, and the remaining stones he had left over, don't know how that happened, he built himself a house. Now, I believe this story to be true because it was told by a lot of the old locals who are sadly no longer with us. That was told to me as a child. Obviously I grew up here, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but that has been the story for many years, that Lord Ryman, who owned a lot of Appledram, who built himself a house here as well from the stones, from the same stones as the bell tower. Anyway, right, I'm going to move on now. I'm going to head up to Dalkeith. Hi, so we have just stopped on Dalkeith Road, so just come off Appledram Lane South, and halfway up you see the sign here that points you down New Barn Lane towards the old dairy farm. And believe it or not, I used to work on that dairy farm when I was a child during the summer holidays. You can see just in the distance there Ryman's house that I was talking about earlier, across the fields there. Now, Appledram Lane, Appledram, the word Appledram, spelled A-P-P-L-E-D-R-A-M, and also it's spelled A-P-U-L-D-R-A-M on the maps as the area. So the roads are as in the apple that you eat, and the area is A-P-U-L-D-R-A-M. Different types of spelling for Appledram. Now, a lot of people that come and visit think it's to do with the apple orchards. That were, with the orchard at the side of the farm that used to be down at Pump Bottom near Bird and Pool. Nothing to do with that at all. Nothing. It's nothing to do with apples. I was told when I was doing a bit of history work for school about my local area by a resident here who sadly passed away, who no longer here, said the word Appledram, A-P-U-L-D-R-A-M, was actually a Roman word for water meadows. Because along Chichester Harbour and Dalkeith, as I pan round, used to be the salt marsh, hence why it's called Salterns Way. So that's why it's got two spellings. I don't know where the word apple came from as the edible apple, so why it changed to that from the old spelling, I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me. Anyway, got to move on because Mrs. Clark's getting impatient. Just had a quick stop here, halfway down towards the old dairy farm. I'm just going to pan you into Chichester Harbour that goes up to Dalkeith. Interesting fact, the James Bond film A View to a Kill was actually, part of it was actually filmed there. It's part of the film and the man is in his fishing boat and lots of explosions go off in the water and he's left there with no water left in the sea. So part of the A View to a Kill film was filmed here. Very exciting for the local residents. So So we're just leaving the area of Appledram, and you can see in the distance there the wonderful Chichester Cathedral. And if I just pan over there, you've got Dalkeith just behind those trees. Another little fact about Dalkeith, apart from the fact is that it was used as a port for exporting wool back in the day, and also the parents of a very famous drummer from Pink Floyd, Nick Mason. So the Masons owned a house. Now the reason why I didn't film it over there, because I don't want to tell you which house it is, because it's private. So the house over in Dalkeith, there's a house there, is occupied by Mr. and Mrs. Mason, the parents of Nick Mason. And over in the corner of that field there, he used to fly his helicopter and land it to go and visit his parents. His mum used to come pick him up in the car. It's quite funny, I think. Anyway, so I'm going to turn around, and now I'm going to pick up the path again, taking me down into Chichester Harbour. So we just cycled through the old Burden Pool, and they've got this lovely sign here that takes you up to Burden. That's the Salterns way, but I'm going to attempt to go a different way because I don't want to go all the way down to West Wittering and Bracklesham. So I'm going to take this route. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if I can get through, but I know there's definitely a path down there, but I'm not sure if it's for bikes. So if I don't get all the way through, we'll end up going back the way we came. Wish us luck. So as I thought, you can't cycle up this path, the coastal path that takes you up to Itchenor. But being a local, I'm going to respect the rules and we are going to walk our bikes. So that was the quickest ferry ride we've ever had, but very useful because it takes you from Itchener, that you can see the other side, to Old Bosham. So we're now going to pick up the cycle path, the Saltrens way, and carry on to Bosham. So we had a nice cycle ride from Fishbourne to Dalkey, to Chichester Harbour, to Burdon Pool, to Itchener. Well, walk from Burdon Pool to Itchener, and then we got the ferry across to Bosham. Didn't do much talking in Bosham because Mrs. Clark didn't want to keep stopping, so we had an ice cream, sat and relaxed for a bit, and then we cycled back to Fishbourne, and there's me thinking we'd get past the garden centre without stopping. Yeah, she's in there. So I'm going to finish the video here. So we had a lovely ride around part of the Salterns way. Obviously we did have to walk a little bit of it because we didn't want to do the whole of it. So you can do it, and say across the ferry to Bosham. So I survived the garden centre. We didn't spend too much, but apparently I've got to go back later to pick a mirror up. Anyway, so I thought I was going to stop here, finish the video off at the Woolpack pub. Reason why I stopped here, because I said earlier they used to ship wool from Dalkey to go across to different parts of the world, and the reason why it's called the Woolpack, because obviously that's where they, in this area, they pack the wool. There used to be 4 pubs in Fishbourne: the Woolpack, the Bull's Head, the Black Boy Inn, and there's an old pub right at the top of Fishbourne, just as you go out. Don't know the name of it, but that closed over 100 years ago. So it used to be 4 pubs in Fishbourne. Now there's only 2, and that's the Woolpack and the Bull's Head. And I think the Bull's Head is probably the oldest pub in Fishbourne. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Say I'm getting better, I hope, and see you again soon. Bye. So if you fancy exploring Chichester Harbour, here are 2 maps attached to the video that you can take a screenshot. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in my next vlog.